and take another preview of your future. Now I'm going to tell you a little short story. And it may not seem relevant to what I'm talking about, but in the end it will seem very relevant. My wife is here in the stands, and she made me promise not to point her out. But when we were dating, when we first started dating, when we were about 19 years old, I was living in Tempe, she was living in Tuba City. Now, one weekend I wanted to go visit her. I wanted to go visit her, and arrangements were made, or plans were made to meet in Camp Verde, Arizona. Now, being the big baller, shot caller that I was, I got my Greyhound bus ticket, and I decided to, take the bus all the way to Camp Verde. She was going to pick me up there. Now, my bus was scheduled to arrive in Camp Verde about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. All right? So as I was traveling on this bus, as I was making my way to Camp Verde, in my head, I could picture it. I get off the bus, right? I get off the bus, the moon shining in the background, I wave my hair like this, and I do, because I used to have long hair. Trust me, I used to have long hair. And I do one of these things. I look at her, she looks at me, we run into each other's arms, she jumps on me, and I spin her around and around, fireworks go off, and the birds start chirping. I don't know why I was thinking about this on the bus, but that's what I was thinking about. So I get to Camp Verde, I get off the bus, and there she is parked. Nothing. I walk a little closer, nothing. So I go to the car and I knock on the window. She rolls down the window, I go, "Are you going to get out and give me a hug?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'll give you a hug. Get in the car first." I said, "No, get out and give me a hug." And her response was, "No, you get in if you want a hug." Now I'm thawing. I went to Catholic school. Nobody tells me, I'm a man, nobody tells me what to do. So I said, and I remember these words exactly, "If you don't get out of the car and give me a hug, well then you can just leave me here." As I stood and watched the rear view lights get smaller and smaller as she drove away, I realized three things. One, I probably should have stood in front of the car. Two, that it's really dark and a little bit scary in the middle of the forest at 9 o'clock at night. And three, is that you never mess with the Navajo woman. Now, we have got through that experience. We have had other experiences like that. She's never left me before, I can tell you that. She's never left me anywhere else before. But we have had our trials. We have had our tribulations. We have experienced obstacles. We have had our ups and downs. But we have been together for 18 years. We have been married for going on 10 years. Thank you. We enjoy that kind of relationship that you rarely see these days, and it's because we're willing to put in the work. Class of 2012, falling in love is easy. Falling in love, anybody can do it. It's staying in love that requires work, and it is fun work. And having a good relationship, having a good partner, is probably one of the best gifts you can have in life. And this brings me to my next guarantee. And that is, some of the most important people in your lives you have yet